Standing on the campus grounds of the University of Cape Town, where an extraordinary story has been unfolding over the last 2 years. In February 2017, scientists and professors here discovered that skeletal remains that was donated to the university in the 1920s was acquired unethically. A process then unfolded thereafter to discover exactly who these people were and where exactly they came from and where they belong. And in that process, the family members, the descendants of these people, whose remains that were here at the university, is in the process of being returned to the ancestral families of those skeletal remains. And to talk to us a little bit more, we have one of those descendants here today, Mr. Anthony Mitas, who's a representative of the Stuurman and Abraham families. Mr. Mitas, thank you so very much for speaking to us. First of all, just tell us, how does it feel today to have the evidence that these were your ancestors?
It's an unbelievable, exciting moment, historical in context. We have been embarking on a journey for the last year and a half nearly, and to finally have the proof now that puts all questions to rest. It's an unbelievable feeling. We're tremendously proud of it. In the beginning it was a shock and a very emotional roller coaster for us, with great sadness and great difficulties. But finally we can now say to the broader society, broader South Africa, this is the Stuurmans and Abrahams family story. And if there's one thing we do know now, is that we can leave knowledge and information for generations to come about the indigenous people of that part of the world.
Now, you as the families requested the university to find out more about these people, to put you, to paint a picture for you of exactly who they were. Why was it so important for you to know who the people were?
It was extremely important for us as a family, because somewhere along the line we did not grow up with our cultural background, you know. So it was important for us to get a better understanding of the way these people lived, who they were, and how they, how they sustained themselves, their livelihoods. And for that we had a preliminary report in November of 2018. And that preliminary report just, it was just for us, sparked a sense of curiosity even more to find in greater detail out, but were they from the Sutherland? Were they from that region? How did they live? How did they survive? And eventually what happened to them? How did their life come to an end? And those were the questions that we as a family were asking ourselves. So we requested them then to do three things for us: to do a full biological report for us, to do an ancient DNA analysis for us, and the most important thing then, to use their data to put a facial reconstruction together, so we can resonate and see what the images of these people are looking like. And today we're tremendously proud. We can say that our ancestors didn't die in vain, and that their story is now our story to share with South Africa.
You were talking about the facial reconstruction. We saw the images in the press conference earlier. When you saw it for the first time, you could put a face to what was just human remains. What did that feel like, to see a face, come to life before your eyes?
At first, the first reaction was, it sparked a smile, a proudness, to say that that's my ancestor, that's somebody that proudly represented the Stuurmans family and the Abrahams family way before they ever envisioned that I would be on this earth. And then secondly, it also stimulated a smile amongst the family members, because some of them could see themselves in some of these faces, But the family is tremendously humbled and proud of this occasion. And we sincerely want to thank the university, because if they didn't divulge that information in February of 2017, that this is what they found, unethically, and take responsibility for that, we would never have known as a family. And this is what restorative justice is all about.
Now, members